All right, we are here. Adam is here. We just got back from DEMA yesterday. We didn't get to do any extra lives yesterday because we walked our feet off.
8 miles worth.
Yeah.
Give or take.
More or less. But it was good. We made a bunch of good contacts. We'll get into that, but I want to get somebody who coming from the outside, doesn't scuba dive, a lot of this has been new to him. What was your take on everything?
It was really cool to be able to see all of the different, I guess, gear for one, because like you said, outside coming into it, I don't know anything about any of it. So being able to see all the different types of stuff that they make, all the different types of equipment and just devices and all that, and even like the people that were kind of selling like trips to like resorts and liveaboards and stuff. It was kind of cool seeing all their stuff too. You can easily Google different locations and stuff, but being able to talk to people about their experiences with these locations and all that. So it was all around, it was really fun, and it was bigger than I expected and like fancier than I expected. It was very showy. That's a word, but like not in a bad way. Like everything, like just the decor was like really cool everywhere. And
yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. I had a blast.
Yeah, you walked in, like Patty had their booth set up, which is ginormous. And that's, we got a bunch of video and pictures and stuff like that from the event that we'll be putting in here. We may throw some of it in this video here too, but putting together a separate video, just DEMA, stuff like that. I will say the one thing I knew going into this, and it was going to be, is more of a curiosity in how it was going to apply to ASC, was what value was going to be, because I knew this was more dive-centric, travel industry, stuff along those lines. And as we're trying to network and stuff like that, how does that coincide with what we're going to do? But there was some vendors you were able to talk to, and I got a hold of some. So like Michael Lombardi, who's we talked to him before. He was there. We couldn't find him. Ted Clark, who we had on before, he was there. We couldn't find him, even though we know they were there. But meanwhile, ran into a bunch of other people. Some people we've talked to in the past. Ran into a vendor that I emailed over a year ago. Was able to talk to them for a while. Some other cool Buddy, they're an app for it's a dive log, but they're a whole lot more than that. Very familiar with them. They launched earlier this year. We'll talk to them for quite a while and had a really good conversation with them. They're really interested in what we're doing and how that coincides with them moving forward as they're growing and adding in new features and stuff. But who are some of the people you talked to?
I talked to one vendor that I want to say it was Max Air, is one of the vendors I stopped in, because they had like big air compressors and stuff. So that was one of them that I stopped and talked to, because we have discussed that one of the things that we'll need is some sort of air compressor to be pumping oxygen air into the habitat. So I talked to them for a little bit, and we swapped information, and they said get a hold of us and we can figure out what you need. And just talking to a lot of people that are from different locations and stuff, and kind of getting their opinions on what it was like getting businesses started in a lot of the, I guess, especially like Central and South American places. Even like a couple like Maldives and Indonesia, stuff like that. But just kind of asking and getting their opinion about local governments and how all that works, and be able to get a feel if it's, maybe a good target to kind of approach those countries, governments, whatever it is, with this idea as far as a location idea.
Yeah. Talking about the locations, we also, he's talking about Central and America and stuff like that. We talked to Belize, Honduras, Curacao,
Grenada.
Grenada, several different places. I had really good conversations with most of them. Obviously Fabian Cousteau and Proteus came up when we started talking about some of that stuff. My desire ultimately, and I've said I think multiple times on the show, is Belize or Honduras is the ideal location for me. And we're hearing more and more Honduras may be a better location to really focus on than others. But yeah, who was it? The one that they felt when we first were talking to them, they thought we had talked to them in the past. Was that Belize?
No, that was Grenada. Because I talked to a gal that was representing a resort or something like that from Granada, and I was explaining ASC, and she's like, "Oh, you must have a friend walking around here."
Yeah, no, there's somebody else when we first talked to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we first were over there, that one guy came around and he was talking.
Okay, that one was Belize.
Yeah, so Belize. Maybe I've emailed them in the past. We've emailed so many people over the years. It's hard to tell. But name recognition, they seem to think they knew who we were, which is possible. Yeah, ROV vendors, just a bunch of different stuff. One of the other people we talked to, Coral Restoration, and they were really cool. She was super energetic and she was fun. Talked about getting them on as an interview, or either on the podcast or live stream or something along those lines. So it was good, not only from the standpoint of networking as far as trying to find people to partner with, but just finding content and stuff for the viewers and stuff as well. We've got lots of cards to go through and lots of people to be contacting here over the next couple of weeks. And meanwhile, the underwater interventions in 2 weeks, which I'll be back at in the same place. So we'll see what we get from that too. So it's going to be probably a busy rest of the year with all that kind of stuff going on. But at the same time, a lot of people aren't doing much. So don't expect too much the rest of this year. But you never know. It's one of those things we've said time and time again. It's getting that right person.
Yep.
And the people from Buddy, like I say, I want to come back to them because they were the most. I didn't get to meet them, but they were the very champion on what we were trying to do and very excited about what we were doing. And she was like, "I'm believing you guys are going to get your funding today," and all that kind of stuff. And I received that, and we are, I think that some of these connections we made there are going to be very beneficial for us. So yeah. So I mean, to our Patreon members, I'm going to skip ahead real when we go back around, but you guys definitely helped make this happen. Funding wise, I mean, it wasn't expensive, but it definitely helped a whole lot from what you guys are doing to help us get that name out there and be able to get us there. And thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else you want to throw in there or add to all this weekend, this adventures we've gone on?
No, it's just it's like I've been telling Brendon, is like aside from DEMA, it's just been a nice break too to be able to take a little vacation and get to hang out with Brendon, because as most people know, we live remotely, obviously on different sides of the different hemispheres of the United States.
Hemispheres.
When you split the United States.
Okay, fair enough.
But so yeah, being able to catch up with him in person and hang out has been fun. But yeah, like at DEMA, just being able to, even if it was not something we could get a like a partnership type deal with or something like that, but like you said, being able to meet people that, like, hey, we can at least help out your cause a little bit and get you on our live stream podcast, whatever it is, and that alone helps get people to come check us out too, and not only that, gets their word out as well. So yeah, it was cool talking to Coral Restoration, and there was one I talked to, lionfish. Like their whole deal is they do lionfish hunting things in Florida, because lionfish are invasive species or whatever. So yeah, I talked to them for a while too, and so yeah, it was kind of, I don't know, like I said, it was a brand new, out of my comfort zone type deal of things that I'm used to, and I had a blast. So it'd be interesting to see in the future how they go, and if we have more to bring next time or something like that. And
yeah, and there was, so here's what I'll say about DEMA is, obviously it's very, you have to be you have to be part of a business. It's very VIP to get into like that. But if you have the access, I definitely encourage people to go to, especially if you scuba dive at all. See different vendors, the different information gathered there, the new tech coming out. We talked with a vendor that was launching something at DEMA for the very first time. It's breaking ground then. So there's always stuff like that at these events. So I definitely encourage people to go to these events and support them. You're seeing lots of cool stuff. And you're able to ask questions of these experts and these professionals right there too, versus social media or over email or text or something like that. So definitely encourage people to attend these if possible. There's people from there all over the United States, probably over the world, honestly.
Definitely all over.
Yeah, we saw license plates from everywhere in the parking lot. So, but yeah. So again, thank you guys, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. That's like I said, I had a blast, and I would go again.
Okay. And babe, we know you're going to be watching this. We're sorry you weren't able to make it, but we know you would have.
Babe would have had, I think, even more fun.
Yeah, I think he more than me. I mean, I think he would.
He gets into the tech of it a lot.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we will see you guys. Like I said, we'll have more videos coming out with DEMA stuff. We'll have underwater. I'll have an underwater intervention here in a couple weeks as well. I'm sure we'll probably do a live stream. Maybe. I mean, we don't have much time between then and now, but we'll try to get one in. But yeah, talk to you guys
probably
later.
after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right.
So have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk to you guys later.